Hi, poultry lovers. Welcome to our channel once again. Well, it is very important that you know the things you need to do before your birds arrive. It's one thing to use a professional feed, an expensive feed. It's another thing for you to do the things right. So people will say, I'm using a professional feed. My feed is very expensive. I do everything right, but my birds are not growing. I'm still having a bad result. Sometimes it's not just the feed, it might just be you. Maybe one or two things you're not getting right. So that's why we say you have to be patient in all our videos. You have to listen from the beginning to the end, because this business, knowledge is power. And like we said, in this 2025, we're going to make a lot of money from this business. First of all, you have to make sure that your pen is clean, well disinfected. You should wash your pen with detergent, scrub it, remove cobwebs, then use formalin in disinfecting the pen. You can use formalin is very strong. And for those that your experience is not much and you don't know how to brood so much, it is advisable that you brood with carton. But first of all, before you brood with carton, always spread your wood shavings or your sawdust, spread it down first. We'll tell you the reason why. You will brood with carton quite alright, but spread your sawdust first. Spread it like this, spread it evenly, then before you place your carton on top. The reason why you spread your sawdust first before you put your carton is when the time you are removing your carton, when it's already wet, the sawdust is already there. You're not putting fresh sawdust. You know when you are pouring sawdust on the ground, it's even you that is even spreading it. The thing is even choking you, and that's what causes CROD when you see your birds are coughing. So let the sawdust be there first. When you spread it, give it some time so that the dust will come out. Let the dust blow out. Don't just cover the place yet. Let the dust go out. That way you are already keeping your birds safe, because when you are pouring your wood shavings or sawdust when your birds are there, though later you still have to do that, but for the beginning, so you don't have early occurrence of CROD, spread your sawdust first on the floor, allow the dust to go out, then you now place your carton on top. If you're looking at this video now, you see that there's no you're not even seeing that there's sawdust under. Yet at this stage now, when you remove this carton, you're not pouring wood shavings or sawdust anymore. You just remove it and your beds are already in the wood shavings. Do you understand? Because at that point where you are pouring it on the ground, that dust that comes out, even you start coughing, it's choking you. But in this way, you've already eradicated that. So make sure after cleaning and disinfecting and the place is dried, pour your sawdust on the ground first. Make sure you pour your sawdust on the ground first, allow the dust to go out, then you spread your carton evenly. You spread your carton. You don't have to be so perfect. Hello, it doesn't have to be so perfect, but spread it in a way that the wood shavings, they don't pick up the wood shavings. Like you can see, we really don't use carton, so it was difficult for us to get carton. But if you plan for it, you can always get carton from any kiosk around you, or you just buy from all these people that sell biscuits or provisions in the market. So you spread the wood shavings. Like you can see, we are expecting 150 beds, and this place is actually a very big room. Yes, it's a very big room, but we had to demarcate it. Like we needed a smaller space, a space that is not so big and it's not so small. If it's too small, they will start competing for space, and when it's too big, they'll be wasting your feed. They'll move to and fro too much. As you can see, the space we are using for the 150 pairs is not so big and it's not so small, so there's no place that you cannot demarcate. But this is us now. We have already demarcated, and we've covered with nylon. Yes, and we covered with nylon the up to the down. You can see that we covered it from the up to the down, and in the upper part of it, we allowed a part where air can enter, and carbon dioxide can come out. Oxygen can come in and carbon dioxide can come out. You must not cover your breathing pen in a way that you want to choke the bird. No, let a bit of air still be able to enter a little. Let the heat and the carbon dioxide, let it be able to come out. That way you don't build up ammonia inside your pen. Well, this is it. You can see inside the pen now. We've already covered. You can see inside the pen is looking cozy. You can see that the place is looking cozy. Your beds are going to be very fine. If you cover your pen like this, the beds will be okay. But this is the first step, covering your pen. And the way you cover your pen, it's very, very important in reducing your cost of production. The way you cover your pen, you might not have to spend money on charcoal or heat source. But we're covering this place, we're already very hot. Do you understand? We don't use charcoal more than maybe the first or second day, because of the way we cover our pen, and the place is warm. So when the place is warm or hot, you do not really need to use too much charcoal. And the less charcoal or heat source that you use, you're already reducing your cost of production. And like we said, the first step of getting good profit in this business is reducing your cost of production. And reducing your cost of production starts from brooding. When you get it right during brooding, your birds will do well. Yes, when you get it right during brooding, your birds will do so well. Don't forget, like we said, we're going to do a practical. We're going to be showing you the drugs we are going to use for brooding. Now, like we said, we're using New Hope feed. This is New Hope feed 510. That is their professional. That is both their super starter and their starter. That is 510. For the purpose of this, we're going to be using 5 tray feeders. Yes, we already said that people use 50 birds to 1 tray. We don't do that. We use 30 because we like flock uniformity. Uniformity is another way for you to be able to get good profit. And why do you see all those little breeding iron feeders? For those that are working class, or you don't have the time, or for those that don't have the power to go and be checking their birds every 1 hour at night, if you use this other feeder with your tray feeder, your feed will always be there, so your birds will always have feed and not run out of feed. So that's why that iron feeder is also very good. It serves as substitute for those that goes to work. You okay, if you put the feed, it will be enough till you come back, not that you put in your tray. And one of the reasons why I don't like tray feeder that much is because they will climb on it, and they will pee, or they will poop on it, and then it becomes moist. So you can put a little on your tray and use this other one, and then it's better. For the drinkers, we are using 4 drinkers. Yes, we're using 4 drinkers, which should be enough. And I always tell you, get a measuring bucket. It is better. Don't just assume and be using 4 drinkers to measure your draws. This bucket is actually 5 liters. This transparent bucket is very cheap in the market. When you get it, it has numbers. There's 5, like this one is 5 liters we are going to be using. So it's easy for you to just know, okay, when you measure your drugs, like tomorrow we're going to be teaching you how to measure your drugs. We're going to be showing you the scale that we use and all that. So all these items are the things that you need before your birds come. So the next video, we're going to be showing you the drugs we are going to use for brooding, how to measure it. Like we said, if you don't have a measuring bucket, go and get a measuring bucket. It will help you. It is very cheap. It is very cheap, so it will help you. So you don't want to, miss out in any of these classes. Every day is always going to be something new for you to learn. So like I said, go and get Chris Julie Farm Poultry Academy book, so that every day you have something to write. Knowledge is power in this business. Well, tomorrow we will know, it will be the first day, and the arrival of the birds, and also we'll show you the drugs we are going to be using for brooding.